Are we live? Yeah, I think we're live. Hey, everyone. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. We have 6 people so far in. Hey, guys, how's everyone doing? I'm curious where you're tuning in from. If you can drop your location in the chat, that would be great. Cool. Okay. It's great to see folks from all over. Thanks for sharing, guys. And welcome to our 5th session of Live with Smartphone. This is your weekly space to ask questions, share wins, and discover workflows that help your business grow. I'm Cesar, Integration Manager here at Smartphone, and I'll be your host today. And joining me are Vladi from our sales team, Valentina, our affiliate manager, Sebi and Alex from our support team, and Grace, our social media expert. All right, so thank you all for being here. We're really excited for today's session. If you're joining us in Zoom, you can drop your questions in the chat or simply raise your hand if you'd like to speak with us directly. And if you'd like to get the recording of this meeting and automatic reminders for future sessions, you only need to register once, and we will post the link for the future sessions on our channels. Every week, we go live for 30 minutes to connect with you, our clients, prospects, and industry friends. So this is your time to ask questions about the product and its functionality, see how others are using smartphone in their workflow, share feedback that helps shape where we go next. And our goal is to help you scale smarter 1 week at a time. Our format is really simple. We'll kick off with a quick highlight, which can be a feature or an important update we think will help you get more out of smartphone. And then we'll open the floor to your questions live right here. Today, Vlad is going to walk us through smrtDialer, our built-in power dialer designed to help your team move through lead lists faster without losing the human touch. In the next few minutes, you'll see how to load the list, start a dialing session, choose the right caller ID, and work with each call with call dispositions, notes, and automatic logging back to your CRM. And he'll also show simple controls like start, pause, hold, mute, and how callbacks roll back into your follow-up so nothing slips. As you watch, think about where this would save your reps time or tighten your follow-up process. And as always, please drop your questions in the chat. We'll hit them right after the demo. Vladi, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Cesar. Hey guys, thank you everybody for joining today. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Please let me know if it is visible. It should be loading up right now. Perfect. So smrtDialer will be accessible on our website only. Today we're going to talk about the Excel type of upload with it. It also has a CRM specific upload, but this depends based on your integration. So we're going to go with the general one with Excel. It is accessible on the left side menu here via this icon. And once you are here, the campaign section will be where you need to go to build a list. Of course, we click new campaign and this page pops up. We will need to name the list first and then provide some details and also work towards configuring certain things that I'll explain in a second here. So let me just go ahead and name this list September list 2025. I'm going to choose a couple of caller IDs. I'm going to go with mine and ends and also the cold calling number. The list of numbers that you add in here, the caller IDs that you select, will be cycled out automatically by the system. So we recommend having as many as you are comfortable with, because this minimizes the chances of having them tagged or flagged as spam, as the calls, as the total volume of calls is split in between all of these caller IDs. The number of lines will be available up to 4. This refers to how many contacts you will be calling at once. Ring time refers to the amount of time that the dialer will ring until it disconnects the phone call and moves to the next lead in the list. This goes down to 15 seconds or up to a minute. Depending on your strategies, you can choose a specific time. I've seen and I've heard people who don't want to leave voicemails, for example, and they go for 15 seconds to be as effective and efficient as possible. But if you do want to leave voicemails, we recommend roughly 30 seconds. Then phone number depth here will represent the amount of numbers that the dialer calls per individual contact. So if in your list, your contacts have multiple caller IDs, multiple phone numbers, you will need to select at least the same amount. What I recommend here usually is to go up to 10, as you can't really go wrong with that. If your contacts have 3, 5, 7 phone numbers, the system will make sure that it dials all of them. Hold music, this is a general hold music, very self-explanatory. And then the voicemail drop and callback drop are a couple of recordings that are essential to your campaign. Very, very powerful, both of them, especially the voicemail drop, because it allows you to save a lot of time by not having to always stay there and record the voicemail message for your contacts. It is a general message. For example, hey, I'm Vladdy from Smartphone. I'm calling you to discuss more about your property. Please give me a call back at 914-745-7470. And the system allows you to push it either automatically with the help of an AI feature called AI voice detection, or by pushing a button, drop voicemail, which is available on the screen that will show up when you connect to a voicemail inbox. This, of course, saves you the time that you would spend to record the actual voicemail message. Callback drop, on the other hand, is designed for multi-line smrtDialer only, and it gets pushed by the system whenever a lead answers while you are already connected on another line. So for example, if I were to call on 2 lines, let's say I'm calling John on line 1, Mary on line 2, I'll connect to John first, and then if Mary picks up while I'm with John, of course, the system will not disconnect me from the call with John to connect me with Mary. What happens is I remain on that call, and Mary, the lead on line 2, will receive this callback drop recording, which usually says something like, hello, I'm so sorry, I have a situation, or I have a call coming in, I'm gonna have to call you right back. And once the full recording is played, the system disconnects the phone call and places that contact or lead in a priority queue. Meaning, as soon as I finalize talking to John, the first lead to be called will be Mary, to ensure that I will call her back as soon as possible, as promised. From here, you can also turn on and off call recording, and then AI tools will be Smartphone Pro feature, which creates summaries, which creates transcription based on the recording of that call, and based on the transcription, it does a summary, and throughout that transcription, it also highlights specific keywords that you configure within your admin section. Additionally, in the upper right, we also have the Geo Caller ID, which is a functionality, again, from Smartphone Pro, which basically matches the area code of the number you are using with the number you are calling. So out of this pool, even though it would be the 750's number turn, if I'm gonna call a 914, it's going to use one of these ones. So these would be the things you need to configure at the beginning of a campaign. Then when you do save and continue, the Excel option will show up. You do select, choose the file, and upload it from your computer. Once you upload it, you do save and continue, and then you simply need to match the fields up to map out the information of your contacts. The target columns on the left are the fields in smrtDialer, and then the source columns are the ones from Excel. I have a simpler list, so I only have the essential details: full name, property address, city, state, and zip, phone number, and email address of the contact. We also have homeowner status, type of lead, property type, and age, and some other fields here on the additional fields section on the right side. We do not have any customizable fields, so these are the predefined ones, the default ones, and feel free to match and map as many as you can and as many as you have. Then once I'm done mapping, I'm gonna do start import. The campaign, as you can see, is now ready to go. I can do overview and start calling, but before I do that, I'm gonna quickly dive into the settings of the campaign until the dialer pulls in the leads, because I want to show you something really quick here. So here we have, besides being able to adjust everything that we have previously configured, of course, name, numbers, number of lines, and so on, we also have the status filters and wrong number filters. This functionality is designed for your dispositions. Essentially, you have a list of dispositions inside of your account. For example, in our case, we have DNC, converted, callback, voicemail, not interested, wrong number, and interested, follow-up needed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to instruct my system to consider DNC converted and not interested as status filters and wrong number as a wrong number filter. Now, let me explain what they do. So DNC, converted and not interested, when you select them, because they are placed on skip here, so they are considered status filters, they will skip the contact alongside all of their phone numbers throughout the whole campaign. So if I'm gonna have to call, let's say, 5 numbers for a contact, I call their first number, they answer and they say they're not interested, I'm going to flag them accordingly with the not interested disposition. And once I do that, all the other 4 plus this number will be skipped throughout the campaign. So the next call won't be to his second number, as it would be usually. It will simply go to the next lead. On the other hand, the wrong number filters skip just the specific number you called, so not the whole batch of numbers of a lead. If in the same scenario, I have 5 numbers for a contact and call their first one and I discover it's a wrong number, I'm going to disposition it accordingly with this status. And once I do that, the number will be skipped. Nevertheless, the other ones will still be dialed. This functionality is very powerful because it allows you to take out the good leads or the bad leads from, the campaign, so you can focus on the ones that you may actually have a discussion with and move forward in your pipeline. Then, besides that, under the call script section, which is at the top, you can also configure a guideline for your agents. You can configure a set of questions. You can import information from an external source or build it from scratch using those basic font features. And once you save it, it will be displayed on the right side of the screen when you are when you or your agents are connected on a call. Permissions will assist you in identifying or in providing proper access to your agents. Now I'm going to go back to the campaign. Actually, what I'll do really quick is I'll assign myself on a seat here in smrtDialer so that I have proper permissions. This is how smrtDialer works. It's a little bit different from smartphone. It has a per seat basis subscription, and whoever is on a seat at a time will be able to call, and the seats are not named. So you can interchange your agents on it whenever you need to. Now I'm going to dive into the session. So I'm going to do new call session, and this will allow me to start dialing my contacts. Before I do that, I want to explain something really quick here in the upper right. These are some basic actions. So you can mute and unmute yourself from here, take a break, and resume. This time will be counted up and displayed later on as a metric as well. You can close the session. And then from the settings section, you can change the theme from light to dark, adjust your audio settings, and also turn on and off auto resume calling and AI voice detection. When we were creating the campaign, I explained about the voicemail drop, that it can be pushed either manually by pressing a button or automatically with this AI voice detection. As you can see, this is where you turn it on and off based on your strategies. And then auto resume calling is also a functionality that saves you some time, because it restarts the dialing process when you finalize a call. I'll show you how it works with and without it. So now let's start. I'm going to call 4 lines. Line one already answered. On line 3, it appears as we had a DNC number. Line 2, 3, and 4 are currently calling. While I'm connected with Jenna, as you can see here, we have on the left side the full information of that contact. So we have full name, property address, city, state, zip code, phone number, and email address. Exactly what I mapped out when we built the campaign and imported the list. Below, we have the communication history, a very useful feature of the smrtDialer product, which pulls up from the left side the full history of conversations you had with the contact. We only had dialer calls here, but it would display inbound, outbound texts, inbound, outbound calls, as well as their notes. So this is a really good feature to take advantage of if you've had prior interactions, if you're doing follow-up calls, or if you're nurturing with the contact, because it allows you to have all the information you wrote down and all the texts and pretty much all the communication that took place between you guys. Towards the middle of the page, we have the actions that can be used while still connected on the call. So I have a keypad in case the contact has any IVR menus. I have the ability to send a follow-up SMS or an SMS. I can drop the voicemail. So this is the button. Oh, I'm sorry. Usually pulls up a confirmation. I had a voicemail, and then there was also a transfer button. We're going to get on another call and I'll show you. Then we have the notes section and also a small integration with Google Maps for a preview of that property. Towards the right, we have the call script. I did not set up one, but if I would have, this is where it would be displayed. So the whole set of questions or the whole guideline. And then finalize call will be the button that you press once you're done to disposition the call and move to the next contacts. So now, as you can see, because I have auto resume calling turned on, the dialer didn't require me to do start calling. It simply restarted the dialing process and went ahead with the other contacts. It appears as on line 3, another lead has picked up. So what you can see here is that the callback message was pushed. Therefore, it means that they have heard our recording and they are waiting for our callback, which also means that the next call will be initiated to that lead before it moves further. As mentioned, we have the transfer call right here, either to a teammate or to a contact or phone number. And then we also have the hold functionality and then resume, of course. And lastly, hang up. And as we hang up, we'll be able to follow up via SMS from here. Additionally, we also have these buttons where you can flag the quality of the conversation, and we highly advise you guys to use this because we proactively take these features, this feedback into consideration to look into specific situations. Now, if I finalize the call, let me also turn off auto resume calling really quick, actually, so that you guys can see the difference. If I disposition this call, the dialer stops here and allows me to either take a break or close the session, which cannot be done if you don't, if you have it turned on and you dial out your leads. And then when I'm ready to move forward, I simply hit call next lead in callback, and then I'm gonna call Carl Hubert here. This would be smrtDialer and its core functionality. Additionally, each session that an agent creates, so this type of round when it goes in and calls the leads, will be logged right here. And if you click it, it's going to pull up from the right side with a lot of details. So you have the campaign name, of course, the session duration. So from here, you can make sure that your agents are spending as much time as you guys planned. This is exactly when they logged in and logged out from the session. The number of leads converted based on the disposition, and then a really good and thorough breakdown of the time that they spend throughout that session, including dial time, talk time, break time, idle time, and finalize. Idle time is basically when the dialer does nothing, it's paused, and finalize time is the time frame considered between hanging up a phone call and dispositioning it to move forward to the next one, which is essentially a time frame designed for wrapping up nodes and stuff of that nature. Below, we also have the call statistics, how many calls were made, 9, how many calls were not connected, 4 DNC leads this time, similar to the leads converted based on the status or disposition, and the average call duration throughout this session. You will also have a couple of things here where you can see the imported leads. This is a preview of the contacts and you'll have the status selected for them. And lastly, the second eyeball will be for the call logs themselves, with the outcome, status, from and to numbers, recordings, and also their duration and price. This is what I had prepared for you guys. We're open, of course, to any follow-up questions based on the presentation and to anything else. So now I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing, and we're eager to listen to you guys.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Vladi. That was really, really good and thorough. I appreciate you. And yeah, as Vladi said, if you have any questions on what he just showed you, please go ahead and ask them. And we're going to make this yours anyway. So if you have any questions, feedback, or challenges, please pop them into the chat or raise your hand to speak with us, and let's get started. I see that we have our first question from Abel. Hi, Abel. It's good to see you again. I believe you already asked that in our previous session as well, but I will repeat it. So you're asking if we can have a setting to where we can restrict or limit access to all call logs or recordings. I wanted to let you know that I created an idea inside our system that we will do an analysis on, and we will take it into consideration. If we decide to implement it, we will make sure to follow up with you. But that's a really great idea, and I see the value in having that. So thank you for that, Abel. Guys, let's see. Do you have any other questions? Please go ahead. Pop them in the chat, please. Thanks, Abel.
In addition to Abel's question, I wanted to bring this up again. Abel, we do have the option to restrict this, um, but not per user. So if a user doesn't have the permission to see the call logs, will not see any of the logs. And this means that they will not be able to see their own logs either. So either they have access to the logs or they don't. But we totally understand your feedback to sort of separate this by user and how helpful it would be to for a certain user to have access to their own logs for calls, SMS, and so on. So this is what Cesar was just confirming. We do have this entered in our system, and we will check with the product team so we can see how we can make it happen. This is great feedback.
Thank you, Valentina. We have our next question from John. Hey, John, how easy is it to import to Podio all of the call campaign data? I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to, but in the communications app, you already have all of the details related to the call you made in smrtDialer, such as the from, to number, duration of the call recording, call status. So you already have all of that. If you're referring to something else, please let me know. We have our next question from Tanya. Does the system integrate with the Dreams system? To be honest with you, I'm not aware of Dreams. Is that a CRM? And if so, we will have to look into it. It is a CRM. Okay. Yeah, I'm honestly not aware of that, but I will look it up and I will follow up with you to get more details about it.
To add something really quick to John's question, Mr. John, if you're referring to the lead information and stuff like that, you can configure an application from Podio to push the contacts into that, the warmed up ones or the qualified ones, let's say. I would love to show you that personally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the links to the meetings. We provide demos. So you can simply use the links in the chat. I just dropped them, so you can sign up for a meeting of that sort, and I will do a personalized demo for you. I'm gonna be able to show you exactly how you can map out the application from Podio and push the leads, if that is what you're referring to. Thank you.
Okay, and we have another follow-up question from John. What is the pricing on the dialer campaigns? Vladi, I'm gonna let you answer that.
So the pricing is $90 per seat per month for multi-line and $50 per seat per line, per seat per month for single line. So we have an option for smrtDialer with just one line, and we have an option for smrtDialer with 1 to 4 lines. Of course, as with smartphone, we also provide a very nice 2 months off discount for the annual type of payment. So if you like the product and you're ready to commit for a full year, you can pay upfront for the whole yearly cycle, and it is with 2 months off, essentially 900 for multi-line or 500 for single line. And then you also need to take into consideration usage. Of course, as you will do more calls, most likely usage may add up more than on smartphone.
Thanks, Vladi.
I'm gonna add another link here in the chat so you can be able to see the usage details for the calls, text, and so on. Everything that has to do with the usage pricing in smartphone. You can see everything on this page, and also more details here about the smrtDialer lines, the single and multi-line. I just added in the chat.
And just a quick question, Tanya, because I was trying to look up the Dreams CRM. Can you please drop a link to that in the chat so I can take a further look? Thank you. Thanks.
Mr. John, if you scroll up a little bit through the chat, we have I've dropped a message with it's calendly.com/smartphone client success introduction to smartphone, or the same thing, but smartphone new subscriber refresher. So either one of those are fine. We're going to end up on a live session, either with me or with one of my colleagues, and we'll be able to show you the dialer.
Okay, we have our next question from Abel. On uploading a list on Mailer, we usually have the full name altogether. Is there a way we can switch it from first name and last name to just full name? Yes, absolutely. But you will have to do the switch in the Excel file. So if you're uploading an Excel file and not just taking the leads straight from the CRM, you can map. You can have one column called full name and then map that in smartphone with no issues. It's going to work perfectly. And thanks, Tanya, for sharing that link. I'll look it up. We're always trying to integrate with the best-in-class CRM, so this could be a good opportunity for us. All right, just a couple of more minutes left. Please, guys, drop your questions in the chat.
Or any
The
feedback,
more
if
the
you guys
merrier.
have feedback as well. We really appreciate that, and it's really helpful for us to understand how you use the system, so we can be able to help you from our end with the the technicalities of it.
Thank you, John. We're
Thank you,
also
John.
looking forward to having you.
Love to see it, John. If you need any help as you prepare your CRM, and then you integrate with smartphone, just let us know, and we are happy to have you to our future Facebook lives. It would be great to see you here.
And thank you, Abel, as well, for your kind words. We really appreciate you as well.
Yeah, sure. Just gonna share that in a second here. Shane, 1 second.
All right. Okay, Valentina
For
just
the
shared the
second link,
links.
for the usage, Shane, you'll have to scroll a bit down on the page, because at the top we have the pricing for the smartphone subscription, for the options that we have, the tiers that we have for the smartphone subscription, and then you're gonna see that we have view the current pricing guides, and there you can download the all the options, for the phone numbers, for the call price, the SMS price, and so on. Let us know if you got a chance to see that from your end as well.
And Tanya, just Vladi just messaged me real quick. So apparently the platform that you're using, the Dreams Pro, it's a white label from RealFlow. Is that correct? Because if so, we already integrate with it, so you can use a smartphone and smrtDialer with no problems at all with that. So Let us know if you're running into any issues or if you need help setting this up. You can always book a meeting with one of our sales team, and they can definitely help you out there. Okay, if there aren't any more questions, I want to say big thanks to everyone who joined us live today, and to Vladi, Valentina, Sebi, and Alex for jumping in. Thanks for spending time with us. We'll see you next week. We have another question from Shane, and I really want to get to that before we end. Can you explain the dialer pricing and what's included one more time? Do you pay for dialer seat plus minutes? Bloody, please
Yes,
help
that
me
is
out with that.
indeed correct. Yep. So you have, depending on how many agents you want to have on the dialer at the same time, you need that many seats. Basically, if you have a couple of full-time workers or a couple of full-time VAs, you need 2 seats to have them simultaneously on the dialer. And then usage is just as on smartphone. So you know how it goes. You pay per minute or per outbound SMS, and also per phone number. So it's seats plus usage, exactly as you mentioned. That's correct.
And another question from Shane is VoIP cheaper for the dialer versus regular smartphone? Well, smartphone is a VoIP, so I'm not sure what you mean by that question. If you can please help us out here with an explanation to your question. And to add on what Vladi was just saying about the pricing, we're looking into expanding our pricing options and offer a pay-per-user with unlimited calling and texting. We're doing the plans right now. I don't have an exact timeline on when it will be ready, but just so you guys know, we are actively working on that towards getting that done. And of course, when the time is right, we will share more details about it. Shane, if you have more questions regarding the Smart Dialer, you can always book a meeting with one of our sales team. You have the link. And if you don't, just go on our website to speak live with one of our colleagues, and they can give you that link to book a demo or a meeting.
I added the
Okay,
links again, Shane, in case you joined late. I'm sorry, Cesar.
no worries.
Looking forward to seeing you on meetings, guys, and thank you very much for joining.
All right. Thanks for spending time with us. We'll see you next week, guys. You have a good day. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.